Hello, this is Willie from Southwest Missouri Ozarks, and still got the world picture from outer space behind me. It just kind of like that as a kind of a little background. It came all folded up, and you can see all of the creases. I never ironed it or anything. It's been hanging on the wall I moved it over here, but anyway, I guess I have to iron it. My intention is to put some words around it. Peace on earth, goodwill to all, around the planet, and then the word for peace just kind of embroidered all over it in different languages. So anyway, lesson 52. We're ready for it, and it's on February the 21st. And lesson 52, it's a review again, and we'll be reviewing I'm upset because I see what is not there. I see only the past. My mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. I see nothing as it is now, and my thoughts do not mean anything. Yesterday was lesson 51, which was the first 5 lessons review. And I want to show you something you can do kind of when you're trying to get us. Remember, he wants us to look at all 5 lessons as a whole and distill a thought out of it. Okay, and so this might help you to do this. On my cards, I've got yesterday's card here and I've got today's card here. I wrote a couple words in to tie them together. So like on lesson 51, if you read just the titles, you'd start off and you'd say this: nothing I see means anything, because I have given what I see all the meaning it has for me. I do not understand anything I see. Those thoughts do not mean anything. Therefore, I am never upset for the reason I think. So I put in the word because after the first sentence, and I put in the word therefore before the last sentence. And it kind of tied it all together in my mind. You might try that though. And then, like, if we do the same thing for today, let's share what we'll read today. Well, of course, we'll go over that here in a minute. But I'm up, since I've got it here in my hand, lesson 52, which is the next 5 lessons in the workbook that we've already done, lessons 6 through 10. And you could say this: I am upset because I see what is not there, because I see only the past. My mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. I see nothing as it is now. Therefore, my thoughts do not mean anything. He's trying to get us to see that our thoughts don't mean anything so that we can let what it was made to separate us quietly rest, so that what shows us as a unity, as a one, can lead us, guide us, and come present its vision to our holy minds. Okay, as you can see, I've got a tray here with, I had fun doing this. There are 14 cells. These are just a one plant little seed cell. See all those? There's 14 cells this way and 30 cells this way. 14 times 30, there's 420 plants in this little thing that's about 1 foot by 2 foot. I took my popsicle sticks and I wrote on them what they were. I put the variety they are on the back and the variety on the front, and the general category like spinach. And then this particular one I put on here is what spinach is that? Anyway, I had a Summer Perfection spinach, and I had Bloomsdale, a couple of them. So I got 28 plants that are Bloomsdale. Anyway, I got all these planted, and they'll come up. Basically planted a pretty good size garden patch right here. And so what I wanted to show you, what I got planted so far here, and this is the middle of, 3rd week in February. Spinach, the cool weather plants were spinach, Swiss chard, mustard, broccoli, parsley, arugula, collards, kohlrabi, Brussels sprouts, cilantro, and lettuce. Okay, and then I got a few warm season plants I'll put in here too. I put some tomatoes, several varieties, and peppers, and some basil. Okay, So this will be fun. I keep it up in a warm place in my kitchen, kind of get them to sprout, keep them watered for the next couple of days. And I'm kind of liking this method. This thing has, this opens off and it's in a tray, so it holds, like water can drip in there. It's got a pretty good sized little hole for water to drip out of each cell. And I think that they make a little tray that you can just push down over it, and little knobs pop all the pieces loose so that you can transplant, because I have to be transplanted once they come up into a bigger pot, obviously. But this is a nice way of doing it. And making a little mess. All right, let's go ahead and read our lesson for today. So you kind of get an idea. We're supposed to do this for at least 14 minutes of the day, a 2-minute overall. And I usually just read the lesson in the morning and again in the evening. Just try to get some, get it tied together. I don't go back and look at the 5 lessons earlier that it's taken from, but I just try to get a sense of trying to tie them all together. So with that in mind, and of course he says to do all the lessons together in the morning and then again in the evening, and then throughout the day take 2 minutes for each specific one and think about its idea. So you do that, you'd be doing at least 14 minutes of quiet meditation, and then of course bringing it up throughout the day as needed. That's a real important aspect. We want to use that to, we start feeling depressed, upset, angry, whatever. That's when you say, oh, I think it's time to do my lesson right now. I feel the warning light going off on my dash. Okay? I'm upset because I see what is not there. Reality is never frightening. It is impossible that it could upset me. Reality brings only perfect peace. Wow, can you imagine that? Reality brings only perfect peace. It is impossible that it could upset me. So what are we afraid of looking at what's true for then? When I'm upset, it is always because I have replaced reality with illusions which I made up. The illusions are upsetting because I have given them reality and thus regard reality as an illusion. Nothing in God's creation is affected in any way by this confusion of mine. I'm always upset by nothing. Wow, our thoughts are very creative though and very powerful. And so we can make what we believe in what we make. And it pictures the whole world that we live in. Want to change the world? Change your thoughts about the whole world. Change your thoughts about the world and the whole world changes. That's a Course saying. You want to change things. Think not to change the world, but rather change your thoughts about the whole world, and the whole world will change. All right, and second lesson. I see only the past. This is all in lesson 52. I see only the past. As I look about, I condemn the world I look upon. I call this seeing. I hold the past against everyone and everything, making them my enemies. When I have forgiven myself and remembered who I am, I will bless everyone and everything I see. There will be no past and therefore no enemies. Without a past, there'll be no enemies. And I will look with love on all that I failed to see before. And the third, my mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. I see only my own thoughts, and my mind is preoccupied with the past. What then can I see as it is? Let me remember that I look on the past to prevent the present from dawning on my mind. Let me read that one again. Let me remember that I look on the past to prevent the present from dawning on my mind. Let me understand that I'm trying to use time against God. Let me learn to give the past away, realizing that in so doing, I'm giving up nothing. Give up the past, and you've given up nothing. You've given up a lot of heartache. And the next one, the fourth one, the ninth lesson. I see nothing as it is now. If I see nothing as it is now, it can truly be said that I see nothing. I can see only what is now. The choice is not whether to see the past or the present. It is whether to see or not. What I have chosen to see has cost me vision. Now I would choose again that I may see. So either the past or the present is really a choice of whether you want to see or not to see. And the last one, which would be lesson 10, if we went back and looked, with the fifth one today. My thoughts do not mean anything. I have no private thoughts, yet it is only private thoughts of which I am aware. What can these thoughts mean? They do not exist, and so they mean nothing. Yet my mind is part of creation and part of its creator. Would I not rather join the thinking of the universe than to obscure all that is really mine with my pitiful and meaningless private thoughts? And of course, he puts private in quotes because you really don't have any private thoughts. It's only in your own imagination, which is incredibly powerful. Okay, we're going to use the very thing that's made us unhappy to now make us happy. All right, that's the way we think. One last time on lesson 52, I'm going to add the word because after the first sentence and the word therefore before the fifth, I think it's fifth sentence. I am upset because I see what is not there, because I see only the past. My mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. I see nothing as it is now. Therefore, my thoughts do not mean anything. If we can get them to the place of realizing that these fearful thoughts do not mean anything, and we let them go in place of reality, in place of the present moment, not a fret of the future or a fret of the past, but simply being here in the present moment. All right. So until tomorrow, try to stay in that present moment and see all of the goodness that's in the world around you. Because of God, because of your standing as a child of God. Till tomorrow, peace and love.